Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Alliance is practically my favorite game I ever played in my life. It has a great story, gameplay, and the replay value is insane. I mean, so much more that people are still playing this game to this very day in 2023. I mean, there's platforms like Final Fantasy Tactics, Tactics Live tournaments. I mean, they still continue this legacy of a game that came out, I believe, back in the late 90s. But I've been hearing that there's going to be a remaster of Final Fantasy Tactics. So my thoughts as far as like what could they improve as far as Final Fantasy Tactics. I think the first thing I think they should have is more jobs and fix some of the jobs of some certain characters, certain classes. Like for example, like Archer. I think the charge is too lame, and they need to come up with better abilities. I think their support and reaction and movement abilities are great, but as far as their regular command abilities, I think that need to be improved a lot. The second is they should bring the Blue Mage job class. I think the Blue Mage job class can be a great asset to the game, and have it so that the Blue Mage have like a learn ability that they can learn abilities from different monsters. For example, like how Ramza acquired the ability Ultima. I mean, you can do the same thing with something like that with the Blue Mage. It don't have to be Ultima, but it could be something like, like ISOL or Self-Destruct or Bad Breath. Things like those as far as ability for a job, for a Blue Mage. I would say Red Mage too, but I don't know what could they offer for a Red Mage. I mean, they did it for Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, as far as having like a double cast for a 1 level spell. But I think for something for War of the Alliance, I want to see if they do bring that class in. What could it be? I think double cast would be too much of a lame ability. They could add something like as far as what the Geomancer has, as far as different abilities but have an effect to it, but that's when if you stand on a certain tile. So I won't have that as a Red Mage. I'm gonna keep that as a Geomancer. Another idea they should improve on in the game is when you go to certain areas, as far as like regular fights, they should have different like random like stages. So let's say for example they go to Mandela Plains. They always have that same stage. Why if they have like a different stage board, so it don't have to be the same stage over and over again. So I have different appearances, but it's that same stage, just different layouts. So it changed up people's ideas as far as like how to move around, how to attack the characters, attack the enemies. Another great idea is when they do the jobs at the tavern. Why not only just have the characters, just go, they be gone for a couple of days here and there. Why don't you have those characters, then you go to that event and play with those characters only to fight that certain event. Instead of like going back, they tell you what happened while they was on a trip. I mean, that's just kind of boring. They can make it a lot better, as far as having the characters you pick to go on that event. They go to explore a new ruin or go, help someone and you get a treasure. but you actually see what that event is about. You see like those characters, who posted that event that they want someone to do. And I think that would be something cool to have. Another idea is, as far as the stages go, have like challenges with the stages. So let's say for one stage you beat that stage, but for a challenge you can, let's say you play it but beat it with like 3 squires, instead of having like a stronger class like a knight or a lancer or a ninja. Like have different challenges, and you beat that challenge, you probably get a bigger prize, like a special weapon or armor or accessory. Just little things like that. I think it'll bring more replay value to the game. I think the next idea too, and they started doing with the triangle strategy, is have the character you can move like freely. As far as like certain events, you can control the character and they can just move around like like a regular character, instead of like picking a towel. But that's just for like certain areas, or going to your roster as far as your menu, and select your characters, things like that. But have the character move around, and then you can like see what's like. Just have more interactive ability in the game, and I think people will have more fun with that. And probably last but not least, and just a nitpick, is voices. Instead of just regular cutscenes, like cinematic cutscenes, how about in an actual game? You have people actually, the characters actually hear their voices while they talk in those certain events. And that's even during like battles. How they have like certain cutscenes, have characters talk to one another. Yeah, have them like have a voice with that, and I think that would be very cool. And of course, definitely gotta have the rendezvous and the versus. Play against other players. All over the world. You definitely gotta have that. If not, what's really the game? For, because you want to play your team against someone else's team, see which ones have the stronger team. That's kind of like obvious, especially for a tactics game. I think every tactics game should have that now. I think that's something that everyone would love to do and have fun with. But that's all I can think of right now. I adore Final Fantasy Tactics. I got it on my iPad. I had it for the PSP. Of course, I had it for the PlayStation. That's like one of my main games I play all the time. I've been drawing characters of other Final Fantasy characters in the Tactics art style from Masuno. And yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool game. So that's my own ideas as far as if they make a remaster of a game, what they should have. So post if you like what I have, or you have any more to add to it. Post it in the comments. I'd love to hear from it, and I'll even message back to you. But yeah, this is Wadi from Gamerbloo. Talk to y'all later. Alright, take care.